Okay. So right now we are trying to deal with the inverse function now. How can I solve it? Because the point is, as I told you, that we have steps. We need to follow it. So let me write down every single step I need to do it. So the first thing, instead of writing f of x, this one must be replaced with y. This is the first step I need to do it, right? So the other step, which makes sense, I need to change every single x with y and every single y with x, right? So it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm trying to change the letter from x to y and vice versa, right? And the last thing, the y must be isolated. So I need to isolate a y, right? Let me do it in front of you right now. How could he know this one? He asked me to find out what is the inverse function. Look at this one. This one sounds like the inverse function. Every single time we get this one, so it seems like he asks me to find out what is the inverse function, right? So the first step, instead of writing f of x, so this one it's gonna be y, which equals to 3x minus 8. Look at this one. So instead of writing f of x, this one must be replaced with y. So y equals 3x minus 8, right?
Yeah.
What about the other one? The other one sounds like I'm trying to change x with y and y with x. So this one's going to be x equals to 3y minus 8, right?
Yeah.
And the last thing, so y, I need to isolate y, so it makes sense. I need to move negative 8 from the right-hand side to the left-hand side, and I need to change the sign. So if it was negative, I need to turn it into positive and vice versa. It makes sense. This one's supposed to be x plus 8, which equals to 3y, right? So what y stands for right now, I need to divide the left-hand side and right-hand side by 3, because this one, it sounds like I have a coefficient for 3. I need to get rid of it. So I need to divide the left-hand side and right-hand side also by 3. So y equals x plus 8 over 3. This is called the inverse function, right? So let me write down x plus 8 over 3, right? Did you get it?
Yeah.
Let me try to make it sounds like much more harder. What if we have f of x, which equals to square root 2x minus 3? I have been asked to find out what is the inverse function. Look, let me remind you. So tell me, what should I do? So instead of writing f of x, it's gonna be y, right?
Yeah, so it's y equals 2x, square root of 2x minus 3.
Yeah,
And
2x minus 3. Right.
you do x equals square root of 2y minus 3.
You're right. So
and then you do
this
x
one
squared.
It looks parameters, right? So the point is I need to isolate y. So remember that I need to get rid of the square root, and to be able to undo the root, so you need to square both sides, left-hand side, right-hand side. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
This one's going to be x squared. Look at this one, which equals to square root 2y minus 3, right? So this one, the squares, it's been canceled with the square of it. So it's going to be 2y minus 3, which equals to x squared, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. So then I need to move negative 3 to the other side. So what do you think?
You do x squared minus 3 equals 2y, and then you do x squared.
Wait, hold on. You have just a silly mistake. You're forgetting to change the sign. You told me x squared minus 3. No, it's supposed to be positive 3 because it moved it from side to another, right?
Oh, so x squared plus 3 equals 2y, and then x squared plus 3 over 2 equals y.
So this one looks like I was trying to find out what is the inverse function. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me give you another example. what if we have f of x, which equals to, let me write 2x squared minus 5. No, this one sounds like I'm trying to work out the inverse function as well. So let me do it together. So the point is, I got f of x, which equals to x squared minus 5. I have to follow the same steps that I told you, right? So the first thing, instead of writing f of x, let me write y equals to x squared minus 5, right? This is the first step. What about the other step?
Then it's x equals 2y squared minus 5.
Yeah, okay, so it makes sense. I'm trying to change x into y and y into x. So this one, it could be written just like x equals to y squared minus 5, right? Did you get it?
Yep.
Okay, and then, just think of isolate y. So it makes sense. I need to move -5 from being written on the right-hand side to the left-hand side, which is this one. It sounds like x plus 5, which equals to y squared, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I haven't done it yet because we still have a coefficient. We need to get rid of it, which makes sense. I need to divide the left-hand side or right-hand side with the same number. So let me try to divide the left-hand side or right-hand side also by 2. So this one, it's been canceled. So let me write y squared equals to x plus 5 divided by 2, right? So this one sounds like y squared. I need to get y by itself, which makes sense. How could I do that? So this one, let me write it. So y equals, if you want to get rid of y squared, you need to to get the square root of both sides, the left-hand side or right-hand side as well, which makes sense. This one is going to be square root x plus 5 over 2. So let me write down that the inverse function, which is going to be square root x plus 5 over 2, right?
Yep.
Yep. Is this one clear for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go a little bit farther to something else. What if we have f of x, which equals 2x minus 5 divided by x plus 2, and as this one also, I need to work out the inverse function. So the point is, I need to follow the same steps. So let me remind you this one. It's going to be y equals 2x minus 5 divided by x plus 3, right?
Yeah.
And then I need to change x, y, and y with x. So this one, it's going to be x, which equals to 2y minus 5 divided by y plus 3, right? This one, it looks different. Not like the same, the previous example, because this one, I got a couple x, I got a couple y up and down. So it makes sense. It's the best thing for me to do it. Just try to use the cross multiplying, right? This one, it must be written just like over 1, which makes sense. I need to look at this one. Let me separate this one. So I need to follow, the cross multiplying. So it's going to be x. This one, it must be multiplied with y plus 3, which equals 2y minus 5, right? Because 1 times 2y minus 5 is going to be the same. So what I'm going to do, I need to distribute x all over every single term. So it's going to be xy plus 3x, which equals to 2y minus 5, right? The point is, I need to combine y together. To be able to take it as a greatest common factor, right? Or common factor, which makes sense. I have x there. Look at this one. I got y there and y there, right? So this one, I need to move it to the other side because I'm trying to combine y in the same side, which makes sense. This one, it could be written just like xy minus 2y. Let me move it 3x to the other side because I'm trying to isolate y. So it's going to be negative 3x minus 5, right? You get it?
Yep.
So I figured out that we got y as a common factor, which makes sense. Let me write y. I picked up y as a common factor. Let me write the remainder. So it's going to be x minus 2, which equals to 3x minus 5, right? So if you want to isolate y, so I need to divide the left-hand side and right-hand side by x minus 2. So let me write y equals to negative 3x minus 5 divided by x minus 2. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Is this one clear for you? So I
Yeah.
will find out what is the inverse function. So I figured out this one looks like the inverse function. Did you get it?
Yeah.